not what because no lawsuit. The man is telling people to store water in tanks. The fuel like a tank number more than give to people and who did already have tanks set up. Where they more get water to put in the tank. This no make no sense. When Moreland there now him not say nothing in a group when in here for. There is no defense for the people. He come like I'm here the MP and see me I get chastised there. The righteous will always be persecuted, but I shall overcome. Moreland Wilson, your job is to confront the minister on behalf of the people who put you in your seat. Where are you? Where are you? Why are you so silent? Why are you not taking up the people's demands and the people's concerns and having this man address them? Have you even written a letter to him to outline the things we've been saying in here? No, you are silent and absent because it is all about a party. If it is not about party, on a business with the people, and Moreland will say you are failing in doing your job because you have not taken the minister to task because you and him belong to the same damn party. And see him like how him come chat about lawsuit, you have to go do one too, you have to go make phone call to Irie because are you next, you Moreland Wilson. By the way, when you hear this, Mr. Wilson, and you can go tell your friend Samuda, when you don't hear this, member say, me is the real non-aligned source in this group. RFM said them are the non-aligned radio station, me are the non-aligned human being. Because me no PMP and me no JLP. Me is a person, me is a Jamaican and the people them need water. So, you know, sit down there and think, say, I saw it go, and me I go get silent through Matthew make phone call at Irie. I worst thing that thing could I ever do. Because me don't know already, so me no say nothing if it cause no lawsuit. The man is telling people to store water in tanks. The fuel like a tank number more than give to people and who did already have tanks set up. Where they more get water to put in the tank. This no make no sense. When Moreland there now him not say nothing in a group when in here for. There is no defense for the people. He come like I'm here the MP and see me I get chastised there. The righteous will always be persecuted, but I shall overcome. Moreland Wilson, your job is to confront the minister on behalf of the people who put you in your seat. Where are you? Where are you? Why are you so silent? Why are you not taking up the people's demands and the people's concerns and having this man address them? Have you even written a letter to him to outline the things we've been saying in here? No, you are silent and absent because it is all about a party. If it is not about party, on a business with the people, and Moreland will say you are failing in doing your job because you have not taken the minister to task because you and him belong to the same damn party. And see him like how him come chat about lawsuit, you have to go do one too, you have to go make phone call to Irie because are you next, you Moreland Wilson. By the way, when you hear this, Mr. Wilson, and you can go tell your friend Samuda, when you don't hear this, member say, me is the real non-aligned source in this group. RFM said them are the non-aligned radio station, me are the non-aligned human being. Because me no PMP and me no JLP. Me is a person, me is a Jamaican and the people them need water. So, you know, sit down there and think, say, I saw it go, and me I go get silent through Matthew make phone call at Irie. I worst thing that thing could I ever do. Because me don't know already, so me no say nothing if it cause no lawsuit. The man is telling people to store water in tanks. The fuel like a tank number more than give to people and who did already have tanks set up. Where they more get water to put in the tank. This no make no sense. When Moreland there now him not say nothing in a group when in here for. There is no defense for the people. He come like I'm here the MP and see me I get chastised there. The righteous will always be persecuted, but I shall overcome. Moreland Wilson, your job is to confront the minister on behalf of the people who put you in your seat. Where are you? Where are you? Why are you so silent? Why are you not taking up the people's demands and the people's concerns and having this man address them? Have you even written a letter to him to outline the things we've been saying in here? No, you are silent and absent because it is all about a party. If it is not about party, on a business with the people, and Moreland will say you are failing in doing your job because you have not taken the minister to task because you and him belong to the same damn party. And same like how him come chat about lawsuit, you have to go do one too, you have to go make phone call to Irie because you next, you Moreland Wilson. By the way, when you hear this, Mr. Wilson, and you can go tell your friend Samuda, when you don't hear this, member say, me is the real non-aligned source in this group. Irie FM said them are the non-aligned radio station, me are the non-aligned human being. Because me no PMP and me no JLP. Me is a person, me is a Jamaican and the people them need water. So, you know, sit down there and think, say, I saw it go, and me I go get silent through Matthew make phone call at Irie. I worst thing that thing could have ever do. Because me don't know already, so me no say nothing if it cause no lawsuit. The man is telling people to store water in tanks. The fuel tank number more than give to people and who did already have tanks set up. Where they more get water to put in the tank. This no make no sense. When Moreland there now him not say nothing in a group when in your far. There is no defense for the people. It come like I'm here the MP and see me I get chastised there. The righteous will always be persecuted, but I shall overcome. Moreland Wilson, your job is to confront the minister on behalf of the people who put you in your seat. Where are you? Where are you? Why are you so silent? Why are you not taking up the people's demands and the people's concerns and having this man address them? Have you even written a letter to him to outline the things we've been saying in here? No, you are silent and absent because it is all about a party. If it is not about party, on a business with the people, and Moreland will say you are failing in doing your job because you have not taken the minister to task because you and him belong to the same damn party. And same like how him come chat about lawsuit, you have to go do one too, you have to go make phone call to Irie because you next, you Moreland Wilson.
DJ SHACKA famous from me Burger representative for Diamond Army, and I was saying let the music play every day. For the beautiful ladies. Oh, girl, baby, oh, baby, yeah. Talk about love, talk about trust. SHACKA pay for all ladies forevermore. I give you my word, think to my God. Believe me when I say it, baby, it's just begun. You don't understand, oh girl, that SHACKA fame ever plan. SHACKA fame wanna be your soul provider. Oh girl, baby, I wanna say that way for the longest time, baby. I wanna be your soul provider.
Yeah, SHACKA fame, big up yourself, can't tame. You don't know here to hear the same thing. Lenard says so. You don't know real backlocks, you see me? Yeah, now. Suddenly, some friends became a foe for reasons that I know. Said to us, it's a waste of time. Let's step it up on grind. But I'm a warrior for the divine. Fighting a spiritual war for peace. Hypocrite relax. Dress back, SHACKA fame a real backlocks. Hypocrite relax. Dress back, SHACKA fame a real backlocks. Know that the war is on. SHACKA fame is in command. So warriors arise. Now is the appointed time. Go forth, oh winners of soul. Enough steps of victory, I'm sure. So hypocrite relax. Chase back, SHACKA fame a real backlocks. Hypocrite relax. Chase back, I'm on a real backlocks. Hypocrite relax. Chase back, SHACKA fame a real backlocks. Relax, chase back, real backlocks. I just won't sell my soul. I'm not ready for your gold. I refuse to take your bribes to make your flawless life. Overnight your business spoil. And I want you to know I just won't cease. So hypocrite relax. Trace back, SHACKA are the real backlocks. Hypocrite yeah, SHACKA fame, big up yourself, can't tame. You don't know here to hear the same thing. Lenard says so. You don't know real backlocks, you see me? Yeah, now. Suddenly, some friends became a foe for reasons that I know. Said to us, it's a waste of time. Let's step it up on grind. But I'm a warrior for the divine. Fighting a spiritual war for peace. Hypocrite relax. Dress back, SHACKA fame a real backlocks. Hypocrite relax. Dress back, SHACKA fame a real backlocks. Know that the war is on. SHACKA fame is in command. So warriors arise. Now is the appointed time. Go forth, oh winners of soul. Enough steps of victory, I'm sure. So hypocrite relax. Chase back, SHACKA fame a real backlocks. Hypocrite relax. Chase back, I'm on a real backlocks. Hypocrite relax. Chase back, SHACKA fame a real backlocks.
Morning.
Chase back, real backlocks. I just won't sell my soul. I'm not.
May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight. Lord Jesus Christ, you are my strength and my redeemer. I don't know what it might be.
And I want you to know I just won't see.
Yeah. Hope you're hearing me loud and clear. Yes.
SHACKA.
Real backlocks.
Hypocrite
relax, dress back. SHACKA fame, the real battle axe.
Hypocrite relax, dress back. Real backlocks.
Morning, and welcome wherever you are around the world. Welcome to Portland Spice TV. Yes, man. What a week, my people. My gosh. I tell you something. We got to give thanks and praise to the Lord Jesus Christ, because it is He that had made us and not we ourselves. We are His people, sheep of His pasture, and we must enter into His gates with thanksgiving and into His courts with praise. knowing that the Lord Jesus Christ, him alone, a God. It is he that had made us and not we ourselves. And we like to say, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, bringeth forth fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do, we will prosper. The ungodly are not so. They are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Yes, Rasta. And we're not going to go too deep with the ungodly, because if them want to stay ungodly, let them stay ungodly. Because the righteous, as Amber said, shall always be prosecuted. Yeah. The righteous shall be prosecuted. But we will overcome. Because you see, people don't like the truth. And there's a saying that says the truth is an offense. Yeah? And when you talk the truth, people are offended by it. Big time. And I have been saying to you on this program and in other places that injustice to one is injustice to all. And a lot of you on this platform knows exactly why I am not in another place. But when we say it, everybody they take it simple. Very simple. And therefore, it never make no big hula-lay. No. Telling you know. I tell you no. Know that people are speak their mind. Just speaking their mind, you know. See where you get? People are call radio station and a report for other people. And a threatened lawsuit if people are not removed from their jobs. It's sad. Very sad. And it looks like a dictatorship. Because there are certain countries that don't have what we call freedom of speech, you know. Yeah? Certain countries don't have freedom of speech. And if you say anything about the government, you get locked up. That is not Jamaican style. We in Jamaica have what we call freedom of speech. And therefore, when you talk, you talk. Nobody not supposed to come for you. If you slander somebody, the law allows for you to be sued. Yeah, if you slander people, the law allows for you to be sued. And if them can't sue you, then them need to just go sit down. You understand? But absolute power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. And I try to tell people that all the time. So, what we have in Jamaica is a set of people who are drunk under the level of power that they have. Drunk. And because them so drunk, them believe them have the right to do anything and to silence people. So you can't really just go talk up the things them, because them have the opinion say them rule. So if you basically go out there and put the truth out there, them have problem. Serious problem. Them have with the truth. So how now are we going to live in a country like this where you can't speak the truth? And that's why you have people who come out and tell blatant lies to the population. You have people who come out and give half truth. This morning at 9:30, we're going to be speaking with Lenard Fulton, president of the JS. Because one of the things that I have always been talking about is food security. And times are not getting any easier. We're not going back to the days when things were easier. Things are going to constantly get harder. A friend of mine stopped at a corn vendor the other day. And the person was selling sweet corn. So the friend bought some corn and said to the vendor, I am going to put one of these to dry so I can plant it. The vendor laughed her to scorn. And she said, what? The vendor said to her, if you plant this corn, it may grow, but for sure, it will not bear any corn. Years now we are telling you that the control on food has started. Genetically modified plants. So when them sell you these things, when you buy all them foreign tomato and them something, the seed can't grow. Not like back in the days, Minty Brown, when we throw some seed out our door and then grow. It can't grow because they are genetically modified to ensure that anytime you want that product, you have to go back to that source because them own can now. You see over there? They own the car now. So it's not like one time. Things change. Things have changed. So, my people, we have to start look out our eye. We have to start look out our eye. Want to remind you that the 14th of July is going to be the Trangback Boston Jerk Festival. And we're inviting you to come to Jamaica to enjoy the world's hottest cuisine. Yeah, man. Load across to vote for politicians so that they can sue. You see, I'm going to tell you something. And we've been warning and warning and warning. The owners of the radio station that I used to work on, they were threatened. Threatened. So if you don't get rid of SHACKA fame. Well, they weren't threatened with lawsuit, even though they were saying that as soon as I say something, them can sue me for. Them are going to sue. But they were threatened that their license would not be renewed. Because Gilly, in the media for over 2.5 decades now. And me a beat and teach from that time. Yeah? A summer born, a summer stay is where God give me. If you speak out against injustice, point out things that are not happening for the betterment of the citizens. I might work that on the planet. And I've never been sued. I look on a piece of wood to knock on. The wood they're far, but knock on the wall still. So when they made the threat on the media house, was one of them big media house. So you know, so boy Shaka, you have to go in because we can't jeopardize our license for you. Fitzroy Morning. I'm in a hold no feelings against the owners of the radio station. Even though personally I think them scared. And that's why they did what they do. So, when we listen, Amber no say nothing, but it's the same way that minister came to Fairhill. I don't know how many people from Fairhill listening to the show right now. And if you remember, when the minister came to Fairhill, he told you that they found a new water source. Lamar Morning, they found a new water source in Fairhill. Because the water in Fairhill is salt water. Fairhill, Boston, parts of Shield Forest. Who get that water? The water is salty. It destroys your faucet. I remember in a meeting I asked the Water Commission if it don't affect nobody. Them say, no, but I can't believe you've been drinking that salt water and it don't affect you. Well, when I used to live in Fairhill, I never drank that water. Lived in Fairhill for about 17 years. Never drink the water. I always buy me drinking water or carry me drinking water from Port Antonio. Because that water that is in Fairhill, I will say to the people of Fairhill and Boston, do not drink that water. I'm going to tell you our experience what I have. I had a car and something happened to the car one day. And we end up let out the coolant and put that water in the coolant and then mash up the engine. It was a camera. Mash up the engine. That salt water up of Fairhill. So if it do that to the engine, then I believe nobody will tell me say it now do nothing to the people. This is Portland Spice TV. Good morning and welcome. My name is Colin Anthony Bell, SHACKA fame, the MP candidate for Eastern Portland and deputy spokesperson on culture and the creative industry. First night, we had a lime at the office of the leader of opposition in Kingston. Invited sports people. It was a lime for the shadow ministry of sports, culture, and the creative industry. Nice lime. A lot of people turn out. People who are stakeholders in those industries. Met the new president of the Jamaica Cricket Association. So we're doing the work. We're doing the work. Port Antonio smell bad. Needs a good wash. Sylvia. Now I say Port Antonio smell bad. Port Antonio rank. Stink. But what do you expect? When you had a mayor for 8 years, that did absolutely nothing for the town of Port Antonio. And for political expedience, he was returned as mayor. The man will say, he can get $50 out of $10. Was returned as mayor. So, our friend will say the people and get to them pay for you. So sometimes I have to agree with him. Because the people of Portland, East Portland, had a choice and had a chance to put in a new team. In fact, they put in back the same team. with a few new members who are yes men and yes women and larkies. They put in a team that campaign on nothing. And nobody in East Portland or West Portland can come on this program and tell us what any of the councillors campaigned on. Nothing. Zero. No message. None of them used to do anything before that you could have said, all right, we understand where them are come with because they were doing this or saying this before. Vivian Anderson out of Florida morning. Vivian Anderson Garwood. Beat and Teach morning. Gilly out of Toronto. This program is global. Share the channel. Like up the video. Link up because me said this morning we're going to be talking about food security. We're going to be talking about farming in Portland, St. Thomas, and St. Mary. We have a man who's not afraid to talk the truth, Lenard Fulton, president of the JS. We're going to be talking to him this morning. And you're going to be hearing what is happening with food. Because if you can't feed yourself, dog, eat off all of your meals. Gregory, a lot of people are not patriotic. A lot of them don't know nothing about patriotism. Nothing. And therefore, they don't understand. Because when you talk to a lot of people, them tell you, say, yeah, I'm not vote. Politics don't do nothing for me. And when you hear a man say that, you know, saying that at the back of the class. Well, sorry. When you hear a man say that, you know him never got the class. Politics is everything. Politics run the country. Run your house. So for people to say them now vote because politics not do nothing for them or them not get not out of politics. When you hear them say them not get not out of politics, you know that they are selfish. Selfish. Sorry, Mr. Bell, but water in your engine should be temporary. It was temporary, my brother. It was temporary. Because we put it in there this Sunday and run it out back the Monday. But as I said to you, it wasn't pure water, it's salt water. You get a fear. So it's like you throw seawater in your engine or destroy it. And Matthew Samuda came to a meeting at Boston Primary School and told us in that meeting that they found a new source in Fairhill. And told the man spoke, you'd believe by now would be getting water from that new source. No such thing, brother. The next thing I want to ask, I was reliably informed that the Chinese who are now working from Boston doing the final quota paving, they are paying $325 per hour on a special project. Now let me explain to you that $325 per hour for an 8 hours work day, that works out to $2,600 a day if you work for the 8 hours. And for a 40 hours work week, it would work out to $13,000. So the Chinese are paying the bare minimum wage. How can that be when the subcontractors are paying $3,000 a day? And I tell you, you see, I tell you that these people are not around here as MP and councillors. The GLP councillor them. Let me clarify, because the two PNP councillor, nobody now listen to them. Nobody now take no talk. They're not even give them a talk. If they not bother up the place and take a talk, they not get no talk. The Chinese are paying the bare minimum wage. And I am thinking that something else is wrong with it. Because my information tells me that a lot of the days, the people work maybe 4 hours. So if you're not working that 8 hours work week, you're supposed to get more. It's a special project where my understanding is that they're supposed to pay at least 10% more. Who round here defends the people of Portland? But sometimes the people of Portland have to bear a little of the pressure. And you know the sad thing about it is that sometimes it's the good who suffers for the bad. Because if an election come and you have people for 8 years who have never spoken out on your behalf, and you allow them to convince you to vote for who they want, they have never spoken out for you. You have never heard the people them where they say, yo, vote for them people. You have never heard them talk. But you go out and vote for them. You have some people who are going to take out the sick, the lame, and the lazy. And carry them go vote for them people. Then, if people say you get what you pay for, you get what you pay for. It cannot be fair that the Chinese are here paying the bare minimum wage. The bare minimum wage. $325 an hour. It is a sin. And my information is that the MP them know about it. That's my information. That they are aware of it. And they are saying nothing. Because you know what Portlanders? You think they want to make no money? Them don't want to make no money. Them what they want is that for you to just survive. And when election come and them show you the 10 grand or the 15 grand, you know, grab it. Because those who have no political sense or knowledge say to you that that's how them all get out of the politics. Them now get not more out of the politics. Because when you win, you don't remember them, they don't see you again. Those kind of rubbish. Those kind of rubbish. Beat and teach. You're saying that the people them should boycott the work. But the people them so hungry that them want the little work. It's 13,000 a week that they would not have. So people need the little money. What should be happening is that those who was elected to represent the people must go out and represent the people. But a warning, Portland people, you know. A warning, you know. If you don't continue with these people who are scraping for themselves, you are going to find yourself with your back right up on the wall. You're going to can't even turn. Everywhere else is growing except Portland. And people are telling you they want to stay longer after they have been here for 17 years. 17 plus 5 is 22 years of one family running Portland. No development. Rehabilitating a few roads and beating them chests. Nothing for the youth. You know, mentioned last night event was about sports, culture, and the creative industry. When Jigs Ennis was member of parliament, Errol White, my cousin from Fellowship Oliver Snowell. When Jigs Ennis was member of parliament, St. George's was in the Premier League. And out of that comes this youth here from Artil that made the national team and go abroad, go play football, get wealthy. So that is one man. What name? Bim? Yeah, Bim and Bam. I remember which one of them. From Darrell Vance come member of parliament with all the money wanna brag same of. Him can't get a team in the Premier League. Under Sam Lawrence and Donald Rudd, Taurus was in the Premier League. Big team. So you had St. George's and Taurus. And for the 22 years under the one family, we can't get a next team in the Premier League. Because they are not focused on the upliftment of the youth of this parish. So those who are young, we are run up and down back at them. And I run up and down for them. Sell out Portland. We are a set a sell out. And I sell out to no own a pick them. Because no found when me see out there. I run up and down for them of youth here. What have they done for our schools? What have they done for our schools? Me know like me, a whole heap of want to see that Titchfield, Compre, Happy Grove, or Fair Prospect, or Buff Be High, win the cup. Are you seeing them putting anything in the schools to assist? See, Penrelay they are going now. Here I'll St. Mary I have team of Penrelay. When are we going to see a team from Portland at the Penrelays? Well, may I tell you one thing. SHACKA Fame need one chance. Just one chance. And if we get that one chance, we are going to invest in our youth. We are going to assist our schools. That our schools can achieve, because our children here have talent. We're not short of talent. But if you have the talent and you don't harness the talent, you don't do nothing to get that talent to its true potential, then you're not going to do nothing about it. As talented as Usain Bolt is, if somebody never take up Usain Bolt and train him, you think Usain Bolt would have reached where him reach? Mr. Fulton, morning. How are you doing, sir?
Why am I not too bad, you know?
It is a pleasure having you this morning on Portland Spice TV. We're talking to the world.
Thank you very much.
So we have Lenard Fulton on the program this morning, my people. Mr. Fulton is the president of the JS. So how long have you been the president, Mr. Fulton?
Well, since 2018.
You've been the president since 2018.
Right. But before that, I was executive director of the Forest Club for 12 and a half years.
Mm-hmm.
And CEO of RADA for 3.5 years.
And you're a farmer yourself?
Yes, man. That's how I live.
So you know the business.
Mm-hmm.
How well you know what is happening in Portland? Let's start with Portland.
To be frank, the information in Portland is very sketchy. It needs much more information flow as it relates to agriculture.
Why so?
And it needs much more work in terms of extension delivery.
Seriously? Then the extension delivery should be coming from RADA.
Yes. Well, you have 3 areas that give some extension advice.
Talk to us.
You have the 4-H club that deals with young people. You have RADA that deals with all farmers. And you have JS that deals mostly with shows and promotion and so on, and be the advocate for all farmers. But RADA is the real extension arm of the government.
Yes.
So they are supposed to carry the extension delivery to farmers.
Mm-hmm. So, Mr. Fulton, as it relates to production, what is coming out of Portland?
Well, Portland production is low, and it fluctuates because of unstable weather in these times. But I do feel, Colin, that you people in Portland need to call a meeting with RADA and state that you need to expand the agricultural offering. What I mean by that, Colin, you have Rio Grande, which is a geographic area which has very peculiar microclimate. I can't see why we are so hung up on dasheen, planting and banana that can be done many other places in Portland. And not adding to that agricultural outlay, things like strawberries, things like blueberries, blackberries. And these are needed now for the growing tourist trade and for our own consumption here in Jamaica. We need to, in our hotels, to look deeper, not on only the culinary art, which is the practice of cooking things and letting it taste very nice. That's the culinary art.
Yeah.
We need to look at it from a broader perspective as the gastronomy, which is the link, cultural link between food and culture and music. And you have to have the product to expand the gastronomy, because we don't want to continue with the importation. You see, as it is now, we are importing $1.6 billion.
And that's US dollars.
Dollar worth of food into Jamaica, and it is not sustainable.
So, Mr. Fulton, as it relates to agriculture in Portland, you mentioned a couple of things, and you mentioned the Rio Grande, which is close to my heart. What will this take to move this forward?
The biggest thing is to sit down and to do an agricultural development plan for Portland. It will include your coffee, it must include your banana and plantain and dasheen, but we need to add some specialities there like strawberry and some of the other berries that we can do within those microclimates. We need to test in that area if we can do lettuce, if we can do cauliflower, if we can do broccoli.
But does that need leadership, Mr. Fulton? Who's going to lead?
It needs the leadership. And that's why I'm suggesting that the rather in each parish is not a private entity. It's not a government entity neither. It belongs to the people. And so therefore, we need to get together and sit down and give the directive to the RADA and said, listen, you need such a plan. They will move that directive to their CEO, whoever the CEO is, and the CEO will move it to their board, whoever make up that board, and to get funding to look and to do some demonstration and trial plots with new crops in there. The people need to accumulate wealth for themselves. And the wealth accumulation from banana, plantain, and dasheen is not coming fast enough.
Are you aware of any large farmers in Portland?
Well, I can't remember their name, but they wouldn't be really large. They would be more medium-sized farmers.
So we can say that there are no large farmers in Portland.
I don't know of any that I could point out to be a large farm.
And what those we classify as small farmers, about how much we have in Portland?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's probably between 8 and 10,000 by the RADA registration. That figure would be on the RADA website, but I know it wouldn't be more than 10,000 being one of the smaller parishes.
What should we expect from the College of Agriculture?
Well, I would expect the College of Agriculture to continue its academic program, but I would expect it to have a very good outreach program for the East, for St. Mary, Portland, and St. Thomas, where they could have like what you'd call a very modern abattoir, so that animal could be slaughtered and packaged there. I would expect the College of Agriculture to be developing new lines of the most prolific lines of pigs and goats and sheep, so that the people in the East could go there to buy improved stock. I would expect the College of Agriculture to have within its staffing AI officers that you could call the college and they could charge you a reasonable fee and send their officers to impregnate your cow without you growing a bull at extra cost to impregnate, which would make you more profit. I would expect all of these things. I would expect the College of Agriculture to be doing artificial insemination and running summer courses to train farmers how to do it.
Are you aware if those linkages are being made with the college? Because I when I listen to you, you are saying that you would expect, and I would expect all of that. But are you aware of those linkages between the communities and the college happening?
I don't think so. I think they have developed some technology in agriculture to teach and to apply the drone to whatever aspect of agriculture that it could be applied to spray and so on, and to do mapping and so on.
Because I want to say to you, Mr. Fulton, that all those things that you just spoke of, I am aware that the college does possess the ability to do all of it. But the question is, are they doing them in the communities?
Well, I don't know. I know. Let me tell you, way back when Terence Thomas was president of the college, I don't think you know him.
No, I don't know him.
Well, I was the farm manager at the Spring Garden Farm that is attached to the college.
Yes.
I was that farm manager that developed that farm from 30 acre to 280 acre, you know.
Okay. I worked on that farm for a little while too.
Right. Well, I was the farm manager there. And at that time, we had the outreach program, of which the farm was a part of the outreach, because it is the farm that most people in Portland used to come to get banana and planting material. Remember, it is I who put in the biggest plot of planting in Jamaica. At that time, nearly 50 acres of planting. And the planting material, we expand planting cultivation in Portland significantly because the planting material was now available in bulk.
Yes.
So therefore, we had a good outreach, and there was a hatchery at the college.
Yes.
And those eggs, those baby chicks were being sold mostly in Portland and sold in the eastern side of St. Mary and sold in the western side of St. Thomas.
No, it would be the eastern side of St. Thomas, which is closer to Portland.
Well, yes, but remember, it is, the eastern side of St. Thomas, right? Right. So, I remember that was there, and I remembered that the head or the vice president in charge of that outreach program was a woman called Elaine Burrs.
I know Miss Burrs personally.
She was the head of that outreach, and she became the first president of the Network for Rural Women Producers during that time.
Yes.
So at that time, I was a part of that. I was kind of the nexus between them and helping to finance all of those things. I do remember even when Mrs. Jean Beaumont came to be president of the school after Terence Thomas had left. She did a short stint there, and Mrs. Jean Beaumont, if I'm not mistaken, was the wife of Arnold Bertram.
Oh,
But they had
true.
separated, and she came as a president. Very nice person. And I was the person from the farm that financed certain renovation at the college by buying them 244-gallon drum of paint and tea for the workmen and everything at the time through the income from the farm. I also remember that it is that farm that retrofitted the administrative building at the college with furniture and so on, and retrofit the first true science lab at the college. And that happened just before when Dr. Ivy was there.
Yes.
Paul Ivy.
I know Dr. Ivy personally, yes.
Right, and Dr. Ivy did part of his work with us on the farm where we could help to finance his study. So I know what the outreach program can do, and I am telling you what it did.
I believe in all that you are saying, Mr. Fulton, and I certainly believe that the college have a big role to play in agriculture in Portland, and it's a role that they are not playing right now. And I don't know who to blame for it, but I believe that our elected representative ought to be the persons who should be assisting bridging that gap or building that bridge between the college and our communities, our farming communities, to ensure that we start producing again in Portland. But let's look at RADA. Do you believe RADA is delivering on their mandate?
Well, as a former CEO of RADA, I would say no, because its program are too narrowly defined. You see, and I'm culpable too as a former CEO. Let us start frank here, because if you're not ready for frank talk, well, then you can't talk.
True.
I am just this frank guy that some people hate me for.
Speak the truth.
Yes, I really think that RADA mandate of spending probably 90% of their time and their energy on roots and tuber and traditional vegetable crops is too narrow. And I don't think that RADA had developed a good livestock program. RADA does not have the wherewithal to deal with livestock. So therefore, it also does not have enough reach in agro-processing.
I criticize RADA a lot, Mr. Fulton. Up until December of 2022, I was the largest farmer of broiler chicken in Portland, and I never get any assistance from RADA. In fact, one time they called me and give me, 300 chicken? And none of my chicken house hold under 1,000 chicken. And I never get any expert advice from RADA. They never came. I always said to myself, but they never come and really give me no technical advice and said these are best practice. 1 or 2 times they would come and just look and gone.
Well, that is true. Even when I was CEO, and I think I am one of the person in Jamaica that can speak on depth about 4-H Club being 12 and a half years as their CEO, as their executive director, and 3.5 years at RADA. RADA does not have the structure, the organogram to deal with farmers like you with poultry. They do not have it. Their staff are all 90% agronomists. They deal with all the crops.
Wow.
And they do not have the staff to deal with orchard crops. The cocoa, the citrus, the pimento, the coconut, they do not have that layout. Those are left hanging without proper concentration. And I do think that the recommendation have been made from time to time. We rather need a new organogram, rather was developed in the Jamaica Agricultural Society boardroom by Horace Clark. Yeah. That's when RADA was developed and launched in 1990. That took over from the land authorities, And the structure was a preliminary structure at the time.
Yes.
To deal with the most urgent food requirement needs of Jamaica, which is yam, cocoa, cassava, pumpkin, and the cucurbits like melons and cantaloupe and cucumber, and the traditional vegetable cabbage, lettuce, pak choy, callaloo, and so on.
So they have not grown with the times.
That was at the time to just get those up. And we have discussed time and time again. Structures have been drawn up. But when it got to the post division in the Ministry of Finance, they are not interested in it because they will have to spend more money to pay more people. But that's what taxpayers' dollars are for.
Now that we are looking at livestock, and even the government now is catching on and saying small ruminants and all those things, you are saying to us that RADA don't have the capacity to help small farmers with those?
They really don't have the capacity for livestock. Let's speak the truth. They are gonna go. For example, they have a livestock senior director in the head office. And in some parishes, they have one livestock officer. In some parishes, they have one livestock officer. You see, when I took up when I become CEO of RADA, there was an order approved by the last board to get rid of the livestock component, and I stopped it. But before I could stop it, there were some livestock officers that were already dismissed. And I remember about 4 of them. And they felt that I was responsible for that, but I wasn't responsible. It was done before my time. And I stopped it. And then I hired a few more. So the parishes, not all parishes when I was there have livestock officer. I don't know if they do have now, but I know it's the weaker part of RADA.
What is the JS doing now, though, as it in Portland? Give us a run update on what the JS is doing in Portland now.
Well, let me tell you first what the JAS mandate is. The JS mandate is to promote agriculture. And we do so through shows, and we do so through exhibition. In Portland, the newest show that is added to the calendar is a JS show, which was held last year, which we hope to have again this year. The JS run about 8 or 9 parish shows. It operates Eat Jamaica. We do Eat Jamaica in November each year. And we have Farmers Month in April each year. So we are going through with all the Farmers Month activity. In fact, today at the Port Antonio Seventh-day Adventist Church, we are having the Farmers Month church service to celebrate the Portland farmers. Mm-hmm. Today. Our other mandate is to be the advocate for all farmers. If you read my articles, which are quite numerous now, you will see that I'm an advocate. And being an advocate for the farmer, you know that you'll not be liked by some of the politicians and so on, because when you speak the truth, it's like you're going against, but I'm not going against anybody. I'm just putting the issues on the table for discussion and to draw attention to them. So that is the two major mandates of the JAS. The JAS other mandate is to develop a business model to finance our operation. That business model we are trying to develop, but because when I took over the JAS, I took it over with nearly 100 million in debt. So we have to be paying down the debt, and we are now at about 36 or 37 million that we owe the bank. So it's stymied our operation because we can't get any more loan from any bank until you pay off what you have.
You said you're an advocate. Are you aware of the situation with the Golden Vale lands up there in the Rio Grande Valley?
I am not. I heard about it, but I do not have what I would call sufficient information on it. I would love to know who to talk to on it.
One of the problems that I am seeing in Portland is that people who want to farm don't have the lands. And we're also aware that there are a lot of government lands all over the place. But people don't have access to these lands. How do we go about that? Mr. Fulton?
Yeah, could you repeat that for me?
We were talking about access to lands, and people who are interested in farming don't have access to lands, while government, there are a lot of crown land just lying around, not in production.
Well, Colin, if somebody could, a farmer or a group of them could send me the information. And you could, I could WhatsApp you my email.
Right.
But my email is, you could send it to jaspresidentoffice@gmail.com. jaspresidentoffice@gmail.com. And you could also send it to fultonlenworth@gmail.com. And once you send it there, you describe the property. I will write the National Land Agency to let it be available to these farmers and to ask the head of the National Land Agency to warrant the National Land Agency officer in the parish, wherever he has his office, to have a meeting with those people who are interested, and we begin it there. So we need to identify the land, and if it is government land, we go that route. If it is not government land, you still write, and we go through the Land Utilization Commission and put it to them that people need the land to farm. And it can be dealt with through those two agencies.
Mr. Fulton, a sore point that I am looking at for quite some time now. Remember, we used to ship banana and cocoa from Port Antonio. The Boundbrook Wharf, Mr. Fulton.
Yes, man. I remember I used to ship from there when they port, where they are Spring Garden.
But how do we as a people allow a facility such as that just to rot underutilized? And at the same time, we are importing $1.6 billion worth of food.
Colin, I have spoken to them now a week that we don't have proper agricultural policy under the Ministry of Agriculture. There's no policy there to do that. The whole banana cultivation have fallen into ruin. We used to have GP Farm, which I was linked to at Spring Garden. I wasn't their farm, but I was linked with them. And they would come to Spring Garden and give me technical advice how to run the farm, which we utilized very well. And this banana production have fallen. We used to do banana up to 150,000 tons of banana through a company called Deco, which is a local company. And that company kind of replaced the function of the United Fruit Company. And England went into this whole EU quagmire.
So we lost
And
the preferential treatment.
Yeah, we lost it. But it doesn't mean that we lose the market. The market is still there and we could still be sending banana to England. England is out of the EU now. So we have an opportunity, but we don't have the banana.
Is banana still viable?
It might be if we can grow it more efficiently and grow the variety which is fast maturing. It might be. It might be. It's for us to mechanize our operation here.
I missed the news the other day. I hear that we're importing bananas now.
Well, I don't know if we're importing it. We know that we are importing into, I'll give you some 2022 figures. I don't have the 2023 figures there.
Go ahead.
In 2022, we imported 14.1 million US worth of plantain and banana chips.
Right, okay.
From both DR and Costa Rica and those places. That's a fact. That's leaking $14.1 million US out of our meager resources that we did not have to do if we grow the plantain and banana here.
For something where we can grow and make the chips ourselves.
But we are making chips here for years. It's not a new technology. It's dehydrating the chips, you know. You can use solar energy to cut down on whatever fossil fuel you are using and dehydrate these chips. So it's something we can do and something that we have been doing until now. Companies are making chips. That much I know. So even if we get back our banana production, we are now just about, I think the last figure I looked at for 2022 was about 70,000 tons. It is far below what we consume here of up to 140,000 tons.
One of my listeners,
and remember, we are a heavy user of green banana and ripe banana.
One of my listeners in Canada is saying to us that Jamaican banana is in high demand in Canada.
It is in high demand in Canada, and we need, because we do a smaller, sweeter banana than those that come out of the DR and out of Costa Rica.
So we're talking about our Lacatan and our Gros Michel banana.
Even the newer varieties, like Grand Maine and Valerie, these varieties, when they're ripe, they are very sweet and smaller, and they are of the Cavendish variety, which have the convenient curve, so they can fit within a lunch pan quite easily. So it's a convenient food that you just peel and fit into your bag. And I can't see why we are not in that market. But the AIBGA had some court issues. And I understand now that they are ready to reorganize. I'm trying to get them to come to a meeting, but without success so far. And the head of that was Bobby Pattinger. And he said he handed it over now to a guy they call Lecky. So I don't know where it is going, but I hope within the next 2 months we can get a handle of it. I know the CEO was Donald Elvey. I don't know if he's still there, but the last CEO was him. We need to have the All Island Banana Growers Association up and running to work with our farmers. And the Banana Board, which is the government side, it was decided that they're going to scrap the Banana Board, give it some agronomic husbandry practices to Borders under the research station at Borders and move its extension services into RADA and the AIBGA. So therefore, there is some flux there that the JS is trying to straighten out. But these things happen quite slowly.
You think this government is serious about agriculture, Mr. Fulton?
I didn't get that, Mr. Bell.
Do you think this government is serious about agriculture?
Absolutely not. They are not serious about agriculture, and they have limited interest in agriculture. And that's the fact, and maybe that's why I'm not very much liked. Because the fact of the matter, hold on. Over the last 10 years, I'm going to start to send you some articles, Mr. Bell.
Yes, man. I would
I'm going to send you them, right?
Yes.
The fact of the matter, in the last 10 years up to 2023-24, the allocation from the budget to agriculture is less than 1%. The first time it go over 1% in a decade is the 24-25 budget. This budget that was just read, it is 1.4, roughly about 14 million, of which there's just
1.4% of GDP you're talking.
Right, of the budget.
Of the 1.4% of the 1.46 trillion?
Yes. And that's the budget for agriculture, of which there's just about 3.5 billion in that for capital development.
Mm-hmm.
So there is nothing in there to move agriculture forward.
But what do we tell our people when Jamaican products are so in demand abroad? In fact, Elaine Brown is saying to me now that she's in Georgia and yellow yam is $4.49 per pound in Georgia.
Well, when it comes to yam, I could report that I spoke to a consultant last week, Thursday. No, this week, man, Thursday gone, this week. I spoke to a consultant Wednesday, one of these days this week, and he's hired through JSIF, and he's a British citizen coming here, and he's going to take on his consultant team a Ghanaian man who is doing research on yam to come and do a study on Jamaican yam to get greater market penetration, to improve the production here and so on. But he came to me because of an article I wrote, a double-edged side to yam production. I'll send you that too.
Yes.
Where I wrote in the article that we are now cutting 37 million sticks per year to stick yam.
Yes.
We are growing 11.4 thousand hectares of yam, which consists 37 million hills. And each hill, you have a stick or a bamboo, which is cutting back on the carbon sequestration. So we can't be in the international market going to COP, looking all kind of grant to shore up Jamaica carbon sequestration and to get all of these good environmental effects from trees. And to grow one crop, we are cutting 37 million trees per year.
But the farmers
it's paradoxical.
The farmers would say to you, so if not the sticks or the bamboos, what do we use?
Well, I have just spoken to a person. The call I took before you called me was to look on beginning some investigation, which has started many years ago and didn't go anywhere. What material would we use? One, to stake the yam. What kind of plastic, what kind of PVC, which is reusable, could we use with, indentation that yam could hold on them or something? Mm-hmm. Number two, yam does not have to be grown in the enclaves in Trelawney alone and Senton that they are being grown. Why not take some of the farmer sugar land, do the soil test and all the due diligence? And if you find peace that can do yams and sweet potato, why don't you cut that land up with a tractor and use a moldboard plow to cut the furrows deep enough, and you plant along the furrow and use a trellis like a Chocho Harbor instead of using sticks and top cutting the trees?
That's a point.
So there are some things that the Jamaica Agriculture Society is now advocating. Our problem is to get the government to support what the JS is doing. And we are the leaders in thought process in agriculture from the beginning until now.
Talk to us about coffee, Mr. Fulton. Coffee. We couldn't call you on this program and don't talk about coffee, which is dear to Portland. Blue Mountain Coffee The people,
Right.
in fact, I know people who leg a cow in them coffee farm because of the price of coffee. No.
Right. Well, firstly, let me start again in the familiar way. If you go on the Observer website, you will see an article I write, a cup worth fighting for.
A cup worth fighting for?
Yeah, that's for coffee. And the one on yam is there too. And the one on cassava is there too. And a cup worth fighting for. What I am saying is that the coffee needs great government intervention right now. It needs infrastructure like road, and where there is coffee farm near to any surface water source to install pump to give people. Because nothing is wrong with us drip irrigating coffee in the dry time, because coffee is a wet crop, you know. Coffee is grown in Bloom Mountain. It is grown in Colombia in the hills. It is grown in Vietnam in the rainforest. It is grown in Brazil in the rainforest. Nobody grow cassava anywhere except where there is good rainfall. Because it is rainfall that brighten these things well. So what really happened? The price we are paying for coffee, we are robbing the farmers. It's an ugly cycle. The price for coffee should be, the farmers' price they get should be linked to the international price that they get for coffee.
Yeah, but recently they were getting all $4,000 a box, which they used to pay that.
Yeah, man, it's disgraceful, man. It's disgraceful. It's exploiting the farmers. It's impoverish the farmers, and it creates a new poverty class of people that don't have to be poor.
Exactly. People who used to be doing well.
Yes, you can't pay that for coffee.
Why is it, Mr. Fulton? Because I remember 2007, and I'm not bringing you into politics, but it is what it is. 2007, coffee used to be like about $16,000 a box. The GLP came into power and it went down to about 4,000. Portia Simpson won in 2012. In 2011, it went up back to about $14,000, $15,000 a box. The GLP won in 2016, it went down to $3,000 a box. What is that?
Those figures sound ominous, very ominous. It look bad. But what we should do, there is a Coffee Growers Association headed by Donald Summan, who is a member of the JS board. And he takes his own money to promote coffee abroad, I can tell you that. But there is something where I heard that the RADA does not want to recognize the Coffee Growers Association, to the extent where they have a coffee seminar last Thursday at the RADA St. Andrew Parish Office, and the Coffee Growers Association was not invited. In the same way that there are a lot of government functions.
Hold on, Mr. Fulton. You have a coffee growers seminar.
Right.
And people who are in coffee was not invited?
From the Coffee Growers Association.
Right. The Coffee Growers Association.
They were not invited. That group which is the group that deals with coffee since the collapse of the coffee board. Remember, there was a coffee board, yes, and the IMF and the World Bank said we don't need this board because they want to mash up our business. And they damaged this board and ordered that they be closed. If not, we couldn't get any grants in Jamaica alone. And out of that grew the private entity called the Coffee Growers Association, which is a coffee membership organization, which has a seat on the Jamaica Agricultural Society board.
Are we serious about agriculture in this country? I asked you that question before. You don't think the government is serious?
We are not serious. We are not serious.
What about
the
cocoa?
Country? The cocoa, oh my God. Let me send you that article too. That's a sour thing. I'm going to send you these articles, you know.
Yes.
We were doing at one point up to 3,000 metric tons of coffee. But that's a long time ago in the early 1925 thereabout.
Right.
Coming down to recent time, in the 1960s, we were doing 1,800 and it goes up to 2,400 metric tons of cocoa. In 2023, we do only 63 tons of cocoa. Only 63 tons of cocoa. 63. The lowest in our history. We have not exported any cocoa since 2022-23.
We stopped exporting cocoa.
Because we don't have it, and we will get the best price in the world for cocoa. Because they are 5% of the cocoa producing countries that are so classified as fine flavor status, and Jamaica is one. So Jamaica cocoa is used as a blender, and we can't export because we don't have no cocoa. Instead, we are importing a lot of cocoa to make our cocoa drinks here.
Mr. Fulton.
From the company that does cocoa tea.
Mr. Fulton, do you think Jamaicans, the people of Jamaica, are still interested in farming?
Yes, they are still interested, but if you don't give them any loan, in 2022, the maximum loan that goes into agriculture was 146 million. And at the same time, agriculture is 8% of the GDP when you take the primary product. And when you add in a value-added thing like ackee and callaloo and the jerks and the sauces and everything, it comes up to 12-13%. So how can you turn a blind eye on something that is putting 13% to your GDP? It is just foolhardy.
So you are of the opinion that Jamaicans are still ready to go into agriculture?
Yes, man. The figures from the 4-H Club tell you. The amount of young farmers that are coming through tell you. Mm-hmm. The fall of the average age for farmers from 65 now to the mid-50s going down can tell you. All of these are indicative that people are still interested in agriculture. But the fact that the two major broiler companies can, with the 35-40% small farmer broiler production, can produce for you 136 million kg of chicken every year. The fact that our pig farmers are producing 8 million kg of pork every year, it tells that there's still interest in there. There's still life in agriculture, but there's no government program to assist them. They can't get money to borrow.
And they can't get lands.
And the land reform is very bad.
Somebody's saying to me that the NLA, that's the National Land Agency officer, don't even visit Portland on a regular basis.
But you have an officer, every parish have an officer.
Well, we know there is an office in Port Antonio, but what this viewer is saying that the officer don't come to Portland regular.
Well, let me tell you something. All these officers, RADA officers and 4-H, SDC officers, they work with the state, Colin. Mm-hmm. It is you and other people who are affected to take up your pen and write. Mm-hmm. This is a country where you're talking no help much. Write the fact and write who the letter should go to. And so you're not seeing the officer. We are to demand the service for those who are getting paid.
Mr. Fulton, it is serious. It is serious. But finally, what is the way forward?
The way forward is for the Ministry of Agriculture to wake up out of its slumber and initiate policies and, if possible, laws to drive agriculture forward. Mm-hmm. The way forward is to stop talking about cradle larceny the way we are talking about it. That is robbing the farmer of their income, and give the agricultural warden that is promised from G.C. Hutchinson and from Ardley Shaw and Carl Samuda was minister and Tufton was minister. Give us the word to create a unit in every police division, a strong unit with their own vehicles, more than one for prayer larceny. The way forward is to bring the prayer larceny argument to every single church in your parish so that it can be dealt with at the community level. The way forward is to teach the ills of prayer larceny to children in school so that they take home the message to their parents. We need to do more. We need to widen the offering of rather from food, from just roots and tuber and traditional vegetables to other crop to add to the gastronomy of our people and our hotels and restaurants. Mm-hmm. The way forward is to ensure that the agricultural fund that the Jamaica Agricultural Society put on the table from Bobby Pattinger was president, and he took it to both Mr. Seaga and Mr. Pattison when they were prime minister and leader of the opposition, and they approved it. But now it's still, all we took out of that was the dairy board. The dairy board grew out of that, and it's too narrowly defined. And we are putting on the table again that all the cess what you're collecting for cocoa, all the cess we are collecting for coconut water, all the cess for coffee, and for whatever you're paying cess for, put all of those in one dedicated fund under the Jamaica Dairy Board and amend the act of the Jamaica Dairy Board to accommodate the fund. And that new dairy board will be staffed by the entities, a member from the entities for where the cess is coming. For example, a member of coconut board will be on it, coffee, cocoa, and so on, so that we can now have a dedicated fund. And each year, you could look on Farm Road and say we are going to spend $15 billion on Farm Road.
Was that the intent of JACRA?
JACRA is to be repealed with immediate effect.
They said JACRA is jackass, is rubbish.
Rubbish. You are taking the cess and put to JACRA from cocoa and coffee to pay them to drive your condition product all over the place. What benefit is that to the farmer? If JACRA is a regulatory agency, why did you take the function from the Bureau of Standard? Isn't the Bureau of Standard the best regulatory agency in the English-speaking Caribbean?
Quickly, let me go back. You spoke about pre-lasting a while ago. What about the Firearm Licensing Authority giving firearm license to real farmers?
Well, I don't think farmers should be singled out as any special person to get firearm. My view, if a farmer meets the condition, I must remember, we have a high crime rate in Jamaica.
Right.
But if a farmer meets the condition, just like any businessman or banker, he ought not to be discriminated against.
Mm-hmm.
But if he doesn't meet the condition to care and protect and use properly, properly use the firearm, then you can't give him one.
Mm-hmm.
But he should be treated on the same pedestal as anybody else who gets licensed.
Mm-hmm. What role the PC banks need to play?
The PC bank is a very important community bank. And I hope you'll use your program to join me. I'll send you that article too. You see how much article me write, brother?
I don't realize you have an article for every question I may ask you.
Every one of them have a good, well-developed article published all over the world. The PC bank need to be reorganized. It needs a capital injection, big capital injection, which the agricultural fund could use to make injection in there. The PC bank and agriculture, just like I heard the Minister of Finance just say, he floated what you call a catastrophe fund of 100 million US. So if Jamaica is hit by a hurricane or any of these disasters, they can get a drawdown under the fund. So why can't there be an agricultural promotional or revival fund to the same 100 million? Remember, although we are at our lowest ebb, our agriculture in 2022 earn 273 million in foreign exchange, 273 million. And the plan I am putting to the Ministry of Agriculture. The Jamaican agriculture can earn 3 billion US in 15 years. Money that we need. Why not go at it? Or why not go for that fund since you can earn the US dollar to pay it back? We need leadership. That's what we need.
Lenard Fulton, it was really a pleasure talking to you. Food security is of paramount interest. And a lot of people don't pay a lot of attention to discussions like these. And any country that cannot feed itself will be a pauperized country.
And I want you to add one thing. When you talk about food security and food sovereignty, we need to own our food.
Yes. Important. Food sovereignty. We need to own our food. And COVID, it seems like we didn't learn anything from COVID.
Boy, there was so much lesson, but
exactly the fact that importation was almost impossible during COVID, and we never start really getting the sense that we need to start plant what we eat and eat what we grow. We never get that out of COVID. We miss that lesson.
Yes, Colin, there is some dangers at the horizon. And I said this in every interview. Everybody you talk to tell you, boy, when you go online, things cheaper. Yes, but you are creating a new demand for the US dollar.
Yes, putting pressure on the Jamaican dollar.
You have to earn more US dollar to sustain what people want to do. And we have to now consider, when will the Jamaican dollar become what I would call unconvertible currency? By that I mean, I'm an economist, you see.
Yeah.
By that I mean, when we have all the Jamaican dollar, whether in bank or in your wallet, can we convert it to US dollar instantaneously?
Like
if that can be done.
Mr. Fulton, when I travel abroad, I always have sometime up to 50,000 Jamaican dollars in my suitcase. But it have no use over there. You couldn't go in our bank and say, sell me some US.
No, nobody want it. So, and that's the point, that you can make your dollar by earning foreign exchange as good as the euro, as good as the British pound, and as good as the US dollar. And the US know that, and that's why the US dismantle everything that comes out of the Bretton Woods Accord and use their dollar for gold instead of depending on the gold standard.
So Fulton, it was a pleasure. We'll be talking again. Thanks.
Anytime, Colin, anytime.
Thanks for your time, my brother. One love.
All right, good.
Blessings. Lenard Fulton, president of the JAS, Jamaica Agricultural Society. You know, agriculture, the creative industry, tourism, those are the sectors that we must put emphasis on. Somebody asked me a question earlier. I never want to take up the politics while Mr. Fulton was on the line. The person asked, was George, who said that you lost the local government election. You think you can take the seat for the PNP. And yes, we can take the seat. And we will take the seat. Because you see, when you listen to discussions like these are not happening, you know. And you have a point. We need to get the message out there to the people. And the people have to also start opening their eyes, my brother, to look at what is coming for their community. The people need to stop being selfish and say, give me something for vote, because that is one of the problems. A man is looking only for himself. He's not saying to you what my community is going to benefit. We are going to come for the community. We are going to come for the parish. I put out a post the other day because this is one of the other things that we believe that we must do. Land for Portlanders. I know a youth up Windsor right now, raising a whole heap of goats. And I would love to see that young man get at least 10 acres where he can raise him goat and become wealthy. I would love to see people who are raising 200 chicken who are really interested get to the level where they can raise 2,000. But as Mr. Fulton said, they need assistance. They need financial assistance and they need technical assistance. But some people can't see who will help them because they're thinking about $1 now. And I am saying that those who are there now, if they had intended to help you, then you'd have been wealthy by now. It's not 2 years them did it. It's 22 years. So no help now come there, so. No help now come around there, so. As you heard, I told Mr. Fulton earlier, up until December of 2022, I was the largest farmer of broiler chicken in this parish. I put it down because there's no water in Shield Forest. And you know what surprised me? That to date, nobody from Rada come to me and say, what happened to the farm? Because nobody no business. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Mr. Fulton also said that when you look at loans, $100 million worth of loan, that is joke. That means nobody now take up no loan for the farming. Or it is not easily accessible. So we have work to do. We have work to do. And the question I asked him that I am happy about, when he said that Jamaicans are still interested in getting into farming. But when I mention lands on my Facebook page, that is what I'm talking about. Getting those lands that are sitting there idle into people's hands who want to use these lands. Not taking them for myself and for go sell them. My vision is to go there and find people who are farming, who are dedicated, farming, but they're making very little from it. Get them up to the standard of even small farmers, because small farmers have a few acres in it. My intention is that within my first term, we must bring to Portland at least 5 large farmers, full-scale farming. And you'd have heard me said before that I don't believe we should be importing 1 ounce of pork, chicken, goat meat, or beef. The phone lines are open. 804-7072. You can call me straight. You can call me on WhatsApp. We are talking about discussions with substance this morning. Food security. And I like the last part Mr. Fulton put onto it. Food sovereignty. You must own your food. You must secure it and own it. Because what I learned from COVID, the man them start ball say, to rent a container was $20,000, up from $2,000. That's not sustainable, and that can happen again. That can happen again. We importing over 12 million US dollars worth of banana chips and plantain chips. What rubbish. Countries around the world crave Jamaican products, and we're not producing. The people not connected are interested in Portland. Just a paycheck. That's it, you know, Mr. Thomas. That's it. It's just about what them can earn around here. Morning, brother.
Good morning, Mr. Bell. How are you, sir?
But there, I know my general, I put in the work and I try educate my people them.
Yes, man. Doing a fine job. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir.
Well, sorry I missed the program over the past couple of weeks, but I've been engaged, been caught up in some schedules, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm back with you this morning, and I'm very delighted to have heard Mr. Fulton, yeah?
Boy, the man have knowledge, the man full of knowledge, brother.
Listen to me, man. He's a coach and contemporary, enlightened, educative experience, reasonable, rational, logical. You name it. Yeah.
Hold on.
Mind, fluid. Yeah. No. When you have people like this, you know, when Fulton open his mouth, you know, because he appears on Austin's program, you know, frequently, yeah, make his contribution and the wealth of information and knowledge that this man has,
yeah,
cannot be sidelined the way it has been sidelined now, you know, man. Everything is about politics in this country, you know. Everything is about your side and my side, and if you have a contribution that seems to counter, that which is.
Hold on, let me just accept this call and come right back to you. Don't move, Mr. Call.
Yeah, man.
Hello, morning.
Good morning, sir.
Hold the line for me. I'm coming back to you. Yes, Mr. Call.
Yeah, man. You go against the status quo. Everybody come down here like rogues and brutes and criminals, yeah?
Mm.
Yeah? They set upon you to maul your contribution, yeah?
Mm.
If you notice what is happening, yeah? Check the Amber thing. Check many contributors, yeah?
Yes.
See reasoned contributors who want to see Jamaica in a better place, yeah? In a better future. Yeah,
yes.
Have been set upon like pit bulls, intimidated, and sometimes they become serious victims, of the onslaught.
I know what you're talking about. You heard the thing I played with Hamba this morning?
Yeah, man, I hear it from such a time. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, brutal barbarians, you know, man, in this country, political barbarians. You get what I'm saying? Irrelevant to the struggle of our people. And the more we have them around here, the future will be the same and even worse. Because these people are there to feather their own nest and to preserve their status quo, and to preserve their generational wealth and to preserve their lifestyle and their people's lifestyle, at the expense of our people. Yeah, you know how much we work for this place, until we have them people and we allow them to come to be our masters, and come like with servants and all. Let me give us and our children our little piece, a bump of bread, and cause you to love them, I don't love them, I don't love people for being just people. I don't love people. I don't love parties for being just parties. I love your programs. I want to see what come out their gut, out their heart, out their head. That's relevant and relatable to me and my people and our future in a sustainable way. So I don't want to love you or admire you, because every time you come around, you offer me personally $100,000. Yeah? Yeah? To elevate you and to preserve you, yeah, for my property. And at the end of the day, your future of your children are compromised. Yeah? They don't have no education. Yeah? They don't have no health. Yeah? They don't have nothing that can indicate the future.
Or you don't have nothing for left for them.
And you don't have nothing for left for them. So from you talk about generational poverty, intergenerational poverty, that's all you can talk about.
And we are one of ourselves in it, brother.
And the policies that you have. Yeah? So a man like Fulton now must not be a waste. Yeah? Them man, they should have been the agriculture minister. If we mean this country well, we have to create a new paradigm, you know, man.
But you realize that even on the radar board, them sideline him.
Oh, you mean? Them don't know, man. Them don't know what about to the man. Me have follow this thing, you know. We're not just around here, so I follow what them are doing, man.
But Mystical, you know what these things said to me? That this set of politicians, they are not in it for Jamaica, you know.
Hey, they're not interested in you, me, the end. They're not interested in the chicken, nor the egg.
Like a man named Dewey on Facebook. He's saying that I am so confused, sir. Where were you with these plans during the PNP administration?
Listen to me, Colin. Me I said this to you about 40 years now, you know, man. Man, brother, just ignore them contributors because they're irrelevant. Brother, we depend on something higher, you know, something stronger, you know. Yeah, them man, they're comfortable and belly full, you know, man. Yeah? Them man, they're comfortable and them belly full. Don't respond to them things, man. We just step on a trajectory where show some enlightenment, you know, and encourage people to see the light. Yeah?
Yes,
no,
yes.
No, 15 like darkness. So the best approach for them thing, the man. Don't bother even respond to them, man. Don't even highlight them, man. Make them something stay up in the ear.
You saw the Turlong issue where the faces of the two former prime ministers were blocked out with the Jamaican flag.
We see the diplomatic darkness, immaturity, partisanship. These people have no right representing, not me, no, representing Jamaica. They have no right. They have no moral scruples. They have no ethics.
And it has not been sanctioned by the government.
Well, not how them to be sanctioned. You can't have something you call government, yeah, man. Yeah? We're not standing up for justice, brotherhood, and peace. Yeah? They're not standing up for anything reputable. Yeah? Anything that has integrity branded on it. They're not standing up for that. Yeah? It's anything, and everything is everything as long as we food and eat, you know, brother.
Yeah.
We don't understand what is happening. We don't understand. There's nothing that shall be done to advance the cause of Jamaica. Don't talk about agriculture, brother. It is not here. Because the pirates are given the right to import everything. They are the ones.
There you go. But we are going to suffer, brother. We are going to suffer if we go that route, you know.
Brother, the pirates, you see, them no have allegiance. Them just, they are so.
What happened? What happened when we get a next situation like COVID?
Brother,
we are shipping cut down, containers gone sky high if you pack stuff in for importing out the country. What is going to happen to us?
These people will take a plane and move when things go awry.
And them are load them bank account and them pocket right now, so they will have enough money too.
Exactly, my full load. Yeah. You get what I'm saying to you?
Hold on, let me hear when my next Virginia officer. Hold on. Go on, partner.
Tell me, no big man.
Me there.
I hear the sheriff give you a strike part 2 yesterday.
The sheriff, yes. Yeah, man.
Yeah. SHACKA.
Yes.
You have a virgin that always come on. A labor virgin with my good friend. What's name again?
Who you at? DP?
DP.
A long time ago here because him call me leader fool, I'm a rush him. No, him call me leader dunce. When Andrew them walk out of the parliament and my leader Mark Jefferson Golden deliver the balance of his message on the street, he messaged me and said, "No, you see." Hold on there. Let me just acknowledge this. Hold on for me. Hold on, Carl. I'm coming right back to you. Now you see that your leader is a political dunce.
All right, thank you for that.
I said
thank you for that information because I thought you had more sense.
I said to him, you must be a fool.
No. Thank you for that information. No, but must be he's a damn one. My concern, Shaka, is this. I don't think that a lot of us understand where we are in Jamaica. We have a set of people in Parliament led by Andrew Onis that I don't know what they take Jamaican for. It come to my attention and I verified it. That Miss Paula Lewin, I go to the office at 6:30 in the morning.
We hear the argument, we don't know if it's true. I saw...
It is factual.
Oh, you know that, Albert? You have pictures of her there? Or we don't see the pictures of her come out?
You see the time when we say 6:30 a.m. in the morning.
Cameras not stick that time. People can still take pictures and run video. Or nobody no video her.
Because the time when people go there, she already inside.
Yeah, man, but whoever see her inside. Hold on, Albert.
No,
don't move.
No,
don't,
you can't
Albert,
go in there.
Hold on, don't move. Don't move. Hello, morning.
Yes, good morning. This is the contact number for the Boston Beach, right?
All right, but we're on here now, so we have to call you back. As soon as you come off, we'll call you back. Yes, Albert.
It's not an off that you can walk into, you know. You have the security, have to let you in.
Yeah, but who knows that she in there or them not take no picture? Why them attack?
Well, that's one other discussion. What I am telling you, that it is factual that she's there. This is no rumor mongering. And if she is sure to uphold the law, and the government sure to uphold the law, and the court of the land under a judgment, and both she and the government is treating it like this, no wonder we don't even have children can behave themselves in school now.
Albert,
because children live what they learn.
I am going to still say to you, unless somebody can take pictures, because if a man can see her and know see at that time she a go there and not take no picture, me no believe. Take some pictures, some videos. These are the days when everybody have 1 and 2 cameras and walk around with it.
Shaka, I hear you. Well, let me tell you something. We're not talking about any rumor.
Paula Llewellyn is a creature of the Constitution.
So then let me ask you a question. If she is a creature of the Constitution, why would she continue to damage herself the way she do?
And that's why she said that based on what is happening, she cannot carry out her function, so she's staying home.
No, she never said so. Somebody said so for her. Did she issue any release signed by her?
I think so, man. I think
no,
release. I think the Sunday.
No, it
hold
comes
on.
From
the Sunday after the ruling. I think she issued a release saying that.
No, sir.
This was a liar?
Not even her liar. The solicitor, the lawyer that is the lawyer for the parliament. What is his name? Attorney General.
Is him the that?
It came from the Attorney General chamber.
Somebody is now saying to me that Andre have picture. Well, me not see it yet, because I am saying to everybody that if that is happening and somebody can come back and talk, there must be pictures.
I am saying to you,
but
trust me.
You know, Albert, this government.
One minute, Shaka. Based on my position, I cannot run with rumor. I can't run with rumor.
And I know your
based
position.
on my position.
You shouldn't, yeah.
Right? Because I have full respect for my leader and my party. And I would never do anything to create any mischief that is not truth. And I am telling you, I have checked it out. Even this morning I was talking to lawyers about it who confirm. And I said, but what are you doing? The impression that I get is that even though she's doing that, we are all liar, we're not going to try underneath the bus.
No, but if she's doing that, that is dangerous. But Albert.
And she's doing it with the full backing of the government.
Oh, you know that. Careful. Oh, you know the government are back her.
SHACKA, did the Attorney General or the Minister of Constitutional Legal Affairs or the Minister of Justice issue any statement said A, B, or C that you must go to office?
No. Well, they said that our position maintains.
That's correct. That's correct. So if our position maintains, what that means? And they did not say them ask her to stay and leave until such time?
No, we never hear that.
Right, and don't her lawyer issue a statement that she has not resigned and she will not resign until when they get the ruling of the appeal?
Well, yes, I heard that.
Right. So did the lawyer say she's not going into office? No truth in it?
Albert, what I will say is that this government is a serious liability to the taxpayers of this country.
Every day they take us further down to the precipice.
Serious liability.
I ask the question, when Andrew go to his bed at night, he reflect on some of the things that he was saying before he get Prime Minister after 2016 election, because he's operating contrary to everything that he preached. And those like your friend who following him don't understand that they have been doing their children and grandchildren and the next generation a disservice.
I am convinced, though, that a lot of people out there don't know what they want, don't know what the country needs to operate properly, and therefore they are just singing the song of their party, and whatever them party do, them agree, even if it will hurt them in the long run.
Yeah, but you know, SHACKA, in close, let me tell you something. I teach my children must not repeat after people, listen what they say, and then they disaggregate the discussion and throw it to trash.
Yes.
But we can't have a country that just march behind people and repeating everything that they say and agree with everything that they do. Mm-hmm. I don't agree with everything the PNP say. No. And I don't agree with everything the PNP do.
No.
I don't. And you'll never find me in the street defending them when they're wrong.
When they're wrong, brother.
You with me?
Yeah, of course.
But Andrew set a precedent in this country, and somebody like Delroy Chuck who call himself what scholar? It is a disgrace.
No, you know, there was a time, Albert, when I said Delroy Chuck was the only stable force in the GLP. But from the morning after the arrest, Roel Reed and Fritz Pinnock, I lost respect for Delroy Chuck. Because I remember he was actually he was in Portland, and he said that the police shouldn't have gone to Roel Reed yard that early in the morning like Nicodemus.
That's correct.
They should have allowed him to come down to the station. And from that day, I said that Delroy Chuck cannot or should not be Minister of Justice.
Colin, you remember that a lady in our church in COVID, them lock her up and them charge them $100,000?
Yeah, man.
All right, the minister that was at the party in the hotel in COVID, he and the lady that at the party is back on the job in the Ministry of Agriculture.
Right, but remember, he apologized for that. And right before the restrictions were ended, he was caught at another party, you forget? The party where the Prime Minister said everybody if you pay $100,000, he was at that party too.
Right?
The album launch.
We don't have anybody with that leadership by example, boss man. That's the reality. But time soon come for all of them.
What you say about Dwayne Vaz and the Integrity Commission? I can't make you go without asking that.
Well, in my opinion, SHACKA, I think that the Integrity Commission have some explanation to do. Mm-hmm. Like in any office, you can have follow-up.
Yes.
right? And nobody has come out in authority and deny what Vaz said, to the best of my knowledge, right? So we must assume that he's speaking the truth, because how many days has gone, right?
I believe the follow-up was made between the two different arms of the Integrity Commission, because when I dig deep, my understanding is that Dwayne Vaz submitted his filing late. But before he submitted those filing, the Integrity Commission posted a fine on him. So he submitted the filing and he did not pay the fine. So the arm of the Integrity Commission that deals with the fine took him to court, not knowing that the other arm had sent him a letter saying, yeah, you think all right, but even though you think all right, he would have to pay the fine still. So I think there's a follow-up there that needs some explanation. But for those people who are measuring it to what we are saying about the Prime Minister, no. It's too different.
No, but he needs to pay a fine and many fines. Because for 3 years now, he's under investigation and we can't hear nothing.
My question to the Integrity Commission, why don't you submit a report on the Prime Minister's filing to the Parliament? You must by now submit a report. You should.
Shaka,
submit a report of where you are. It is untenable to have the Prime Minister do it. The Prime Minister of the country filing not certified by the Integrity Commission.
Shaka, yeah, right, but let me tell you something. Don't rule out that even in that office, you could have people as sabotage.
It's possible.
Don't rule it out.
It's possible,
right?
Albert.
So, I mean, let us hear from them, because I think that there are people there with integrity, and I think that there a trap is setting for us as comrades to start to cross the Integrity Committee.
Yeah, possibly.
And I appreciate all the comrade leader just hold him corner, because they must set a trap for us to fall into it. That when things come and say, but now the customer X time, we will not curse the Integrity Commission. We just ask them for explanation.
Blessings, my brother.
What good?
One love. I'm going to put up your message to you, because I think something wrong with your head. And I tell you why I think something wrong with your head, Dewey. You are asking, did the opposition leader, Mark Golding, said anything about Silvera? What? You want the comrade leader to get himself involved into a criminal issue? What must the comrade leader say? Eh? What must the comrade leader say? Silvera was accused of murdering his wife. He has been arrested by the police and is in custody. What you want the comrade leader to say? You smoke rum, man. Something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. If you don't have nothing to say, and if your party leader get too much beat up, just bear it. Nobody now have to tell no lie to Andrew or make up no news for Andrew, you know. Andrew set enough news on himself. Put out enough criticism. Or you want me to ask you if him say anything about the man who dead in a Patrick Bailey house? And that you want me to ask you? Because Patrick Bailey not go to a station yet, got to give a statement, you know. And a man was murdered in his house. And the police said there was no forced entry. Did the Prime Minister say anything about the murder of Dr. Linville Bloomfield? A sitting member of Parliament that was murdered in his house. And I'll know nobody not go to books for it. They charge one man, and the morning of court he disappeared. I'll know the Prime Minister not say nothing yet. Do it. Relax yourself, yeah, man. It's Jamaica we are talking about. Jamaica, which is in a serious dilemma right now. And I called Simon Crosskill, I think it was last week. And I said to Simon that I am putting on 2 extra stripes on the shoulders of the late Edward Philip George Siaga. Because at this administration gotten that opportunity that Mr. Siaga got when the GLP had all 60 seats, that time it was 60, all 60 seats in the parliament, and could have done anything that they wanted to. If I did ever them mania in other position there, dog Niam was supper. So when me see the behavior of this present administration and look back at those years, me have to put on 2 extra stripe upon the most honorable Edward Seaga. You hear? The amount of blunders that these men blunder as it relates to the Constitution, which is the guide that anybody who is governing Jamaica must govern by. The country is run by laws. And if you can't adhere to those laws, then you are not ready to run the country. If you can't run the country by how the Constitution says it must go, it shows that you are dangerous to the running of the country. And whether you are a die-hearted laborite, if Jamaica is not your first priority and the people of Jamaica, then something wrong with you. I like to quote Malcolm X. Him say, any man that throws his weight behind a political party, and that political party controls 2/3 of the government, and they have failed to carry out on their promises and commitment, and you continue to support that party, you're not just an invalid, but you're a traitor to your country. Some brethren do, you're acting like a traitor. Because you can't see the things that were wrong. We are lead the country down the wrong path. And I asked me about a man who is in jail, in custody, arrested by the police, and in custody. And you have asked me about where the party leader, what the party leader have to say. What the party leader have to say. When I used to talk about Andrew Wallace more popular than Mark Golding, it is obvious to the entire Jamaica now that Mark Golding is brighter. Hands are more steady than Andrew Wallace. So those of you who continue to see hype over substance, I'm sorry for you. Mark Golding is substance. And Andrew Wallace hype has also faded. We talk the things there. We're in a position where I'm buying right now. Them ensure that Styles FM fire me. I'm not ashamed to tell people because in the first part when I tell people say I fire me get fired, them say no. You can't get fire SHACKA. Because I'll say this right here. My program had the biggest listenership on Styles. And maybe did I make the most money. But the threat that got to the radio station, the man them have to cover themselves. Brother, there's no Silvera issue. Silvera was not an officer of the People's National Party. Silvera is a comrade, a member of the PNP, yes. And it is alleged that he murdered his wife. And if there is such an allegation, it is a police matter. And the police were not interfered with. They were allowed to do their job. So when anybody is taking on that, first tell me about the Patrick Bailey issue. And also tell me in which country you think a sitting member of parliament would be murdered. And it just got quiet. In fact, he wasn't even offered an official funeral. I think he should have gotten a state funeral. That's what I think. As a sitting MP, murdered, you should have get a state funeral. The government didn't even give him an official funeral. He was buried like a civilian. So, do not come here with it. Don't come here with it. Because we are telling you like it is. We speak the truth. Nothing but the truth. And Jamaica is our priority. Not the PNP. The PNP is a vehicle that we intend to use to get to the promised land. It is Jamaica first. When I say Jamaica, I mean the people of Jamaica. Then it's Portland second. Then the PNP come down the road after that. And my brother said the PNP are the hammer. Oh, I used to drive home the nail. We are patriotic Jamaicans. Patriotic Jamaicans. We're not patriotic to the party, to the country. The country first. And we want to see this country be at its best. And right now, we're not seeing that. We're not seeing the plans to take us to our best. So when you're going to ask me, where was those plans when the PNP was in power? Keep looking back, my brother. We are going forward. And I know me couldn't have no plan for the party. I know me couldn't have no plan enough. And then the Prime Minister said, I'm the best baby father for your idea. Look what Alanda Turlang did. You put up a post, black out 2 former prime ministers, and said that you are the Minister of Foreign Affairs. You're not qualified to be in that ministry. And I am saying that you, Mr. Turlang, should be removed from that office, or you should step away from that office. If you was the Minister of Water and do it, it would have bad, but it wouldn't so bad. The office that you hold is a big office. Foreign affairs. You're dealing with other countries. You're dealing with other countries. When you go out there, you're representing Jamaica. You're not out there representing the Labour Party. That's one of my problems with this government. They are unable to govern the country. They are governing their party. It's all about party. And I said on this program many a times that when you're in politics, you have to have this bigger thing where the day you become government, you have to treat everybody as your people, even those who voted against you, those who battle against you in the just concluded election. You have to now move from the politics and run your country. And we are seeing more and more every day where our ministers are unable to move from that realm of politicking and to govern the country. You remember how the thing do it, but you have yourselves a good day. Hey, my peeps. It's 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. It was a pleasure being with you this morning. Let me thank you for sharing. Those who called in, those who been in the chat room, chatting up a storm. We want to big it up. And thank you for coming on a Saturday morning, making the program what it is. We invite you to share the channel, like the video, and invite more people to come on a Saturday morning. Because this is where we talk only truth. Because the truth shall set you free. Thanks, everybody. Join us next week. Oh, we must remind you that Sunday the 5th of May, we're having a symposium. We're going to have a series of symposium here in Eastern Portland. And the first one is going to be on May 5. Light Pang, big up yourself. The 5th of May, Port Anthony High School. The Honorable Anthony Hilton, Attorney at Law, Member of Parliament, and Shadow Minister on Trade, Investment, and Global Logistics, will be our main presenter at the symposium. It is not a political event, it's a policy event. So we're inviting GLP, PNP, NOP to be at the symposium at the Port Anthony High School. 6 p.m. Sunday, May 5. We're starting at 6 p.m. sharp. Come hear what the next PNP administration will have in place for East Portland. Hear about the possibilities of investment in this constituency. So come join us and share with us Sunday, May 5, Port Anthony High School for the symposium on trade, investment, and global logistics. May the good Lord bless and keep you, cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord give you his light and his peace, now and forevermore. Blessings.
Yeah, SHACKA fame, big up yourself, can't tame. You don't know year to year the same thing. Lenard says so. You don't know real backlogs, you see me? Yeah, we know. Suddenly, some friends became a foe for reasons that I know. Said to us, it's a waste of time. Let's step it up on grind. Oh.